It's TDS Radio, your girl
Yo,
So Fab
yo,
and Coach Block.
yo.
We are back at it.
It's Friday. Let us know if our sound sucks. We should be good though, but it's Friday.
On an apology tour.
Sorry, please come back. Watch us again. I didn't mean to make the mistake.
It's all good. We were trying to do some new stuff. So
that was our fault.
You know.
All right. So it's Friday,
and
we've made it. It's we call it F'd Up Friday, and the reason why is because we are also the license holders for Fuck Up Night Durham, and we also participate in Fuck Up Night Raleigh. And what Fuck Up Night is, for those who do not know, it is a night where people try to make failure familiar, to say the least. The goal of Fuck Up Nights is to just get people more familiar with entrepreneurship on the side that people don't glorify.
Right.
Where you make these mistakes. It doesn't have to just be entrepreneurship. It can also be parenting. We did teaching.
Professional wise.
We've watched, we've seen a lot. And so on our Fridays, what we will do is, if we have people that want to share stories, please by all means share stories. If not, that's cool. If we have people who send in emails or anything, anybody that may want to discuss a fuck up, let us know. We want to make that failure a familiar thing for all people.
Absolutely.
So that people can see that the road is always not paved in gold to success in any fashion or lane in your life.
Let's normalize failure, because it happens to everyone at some point in some stage in your career, in just your personal life, in your professional life. It happens.
So is the unfortunate dating tales, is that your lane of fuck up nights? Because you have yet to have your fuck up night. Everybody who's involved, I'm telling on you, everybody who's involved have done it. I think you're the last person.
I have one, but I don't know if it's interesting enough to share.
All of them are interesting. I mean, we've sat through some pretty dry ones.
Oh, you know what we have. You've
right. We've sat through some pretty dry.
Right.
We've sat through some pretty dry F ups.
Who am I to say that? Because woo.
But if there's anybody who would like to tell a F up, in the future, go ahead and DM us.
Yes.
Your name, and if you want it to be anonymous, we won't tell your name. If you want us to tell your name, that's fine. And then even if you would like to get on the show and actually share one yourself, and if you're in the Durham area, Raleigh area, Durham area, and you would actually like to be one of the speakers at one of our fuck up nights, by all means, hit us up. And once again, it may seem like, it's a lot. I promise you, everybody who has done it feels tremendously
better.
Yeah, I was about to say something else, but feels tremendously better after it's over.
And for people who may need to see exactly what it is, because I know a lot of people are kind of turned off by the name, or they're just still not quite sure. We have live streamed it.
Yes.
So you can go on our YouTube, you can go on our Facebook, and you can actually view it for yourself. You can go back and watch the stories of the last professionals that we had on who told their stories of failure. So.
And maybe we might just take a clip of some of those and put it on the show so people can actually see it. But yeah, it's definitely something that people need to be involved in. More people need to make it normal, and especially us Black people. If I can be transparent, it's our show. We don't see as many of us taking advantage of the opportunity to be vulnerable in the space, to be able to share in failure. Now, here's what I've also noticed in a lot of our fuck up nights that we have had, and the ones that we have been, the musical support. After it's over, there is a huge mixer where people share stories, and there's a lot of connections that happen, business transactions and whatnot. So once again, if you are not a part of a fuck up night, or if you're in a city that does not have fuck up night, get the license. If you're interested, we can tell you how to do it. For our Pittsburgh people, there is a Pittsburgh fuck up night. I don't know the person, but if you go to the website, you can find out who she is. I think it's a lady. You can find out who she is, and be a part and try to definitely bring it into your neighborhood. So that's what fuck up is. So don't look at it like we're thinking like, damn, I'm terrible. No, we're looking at it as, man, let me tell y'all this lesson and how it shaped positive
even if
things.
you are terrible, how you essentially changed.
Man, even if you are terrible.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be honest. Like some people really have fucked up because of their own ego, their own pride. And I will say that's probably what my fuck up is tied into, of my ego of being a 26-year-old who thought they knew it all. So, it can be a humbling experience, but just know on the other side, you have a community of people willing to back you.
And I'm sorry for having on a dirty hat, because that's crazy.
What?
You can, in this new camera, you can see it all. Damn.
We're going to take a break. And we will be back with our entertainment news. It's TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.
And for those who are watching it during this time, even if you're watching and this is a playback, this time here we will be using to advertise businesses. So if you have a business that you would like to advertise, please don't hesitate to hit us up. Once again, get into our DMs or send us a message and we can discuss how we can actually promote your brand or your business during this time when we are taking a break. Because once again, those who are viewing us on the streaming world, this is a break. But on the radio world right now is where our music is being played. We have an app that will be coming shortly, looking to launch that in February, so that you guys will be able to, go ahead and download the app to listen to the music. But for now, you can go to www.tdsradio.com, which I will put the link inside of the comment section. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'll put the link inside the comment section so that you guys can actually listen to the music and the show. And also, please, pretty please with sugar on top. Please like, share, and follow us on TDS Radio on Instagram, TDS Radio on Facebook, and also TDS Media on YouTube. That helps. Every little bit helps to like and follow what we're doing. So remember, when you see us taking our break, like right now, there'll be a little sign that says, we'll be right back. We're also going to fill that up with music. So if you are a local, I hate saying local. If you're an artist and you have music that you would like to get out, especially that of kind of like the lo-fi sound, please, our instrumentals, please hit us up, because when we take our breaks, like we're on now, for those who are viewing, we will be able to play your music at this time so that others can hear it. And then when we come back from break, each time we come back from break, we can feature an artist. But right now, you can listen to the music while we're on break. This is kind of backstage at www.tdsradio.com. So yeah, stay with us, stick with us. We appreciate everybody. And we have about how much time?
45 seconds.
We got about 45 seconds and we'll be right back. Once again, this is TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Thanks.
You ready, or you want one more song?
Right.
It's TDS Radio. Your girl So Fab, Coach Block here.
Yo, what's up?
Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Hey now. I'm so glad we had a short week. Just taking a vacation and jumping back into work did not feel good with my spirit. Okay. But With that being said, we are now in the midst of our entertainment news segment, and I will admit it was a slow entertainment news day, mainly because everyone is on the Cat Williams train.
He pulled him out, didn't he?
Listen, look, I have to give it to Shannon Sharp and his people, his producers, because producers don't get the love that they deserve. But their producers and, just Cat for using the platform to just go off and say whatever, because people have been talking about this, 2 days straight now? Jesus Christ. So kudos to them.
This is the third. Third day.
Yeah, 3 days. Jesus.
Yeah.
But before we jump into that, let's go into some, some quick news. Lil Nas X.
Oh, boy.
Lil
he
Nas
was one
X.
of the ones that Chappelle talked about.
Yes. Dave Chappelle dropped his newest stand-up on Netflix on New Year's Eve, The Closer, which has been received very well. He hasn't gotten any backlash. And even the young fellow that he was making fun of, the handicapped congressman, he took it all in stride. So
I'm glad they did.
Yeah. So no serious backlash from that as of yet. But Lil Nas X was one of the targets in the show. But if you watched afterwards, you saw that it's all love. Like, Dave doesn't make fun of anybody that he hasn't had a personal connection with. And then we all know that Lil Nas X is a troll as well. But he said he is going to release an album coming up in the next 7 days where he too is going to expose some people and even the music industry. So we all know that he is someone that is definitely not shy and will not hold his tongue. And given, his music videos and stunts that he's pulled, I'm anticipating what is going to come out of this boy's mouth in the next 7 days. So we'll definitely keep that on lock. We talked about Jeffrey Epstein yesterday and the list of names that came out. Now, one thing I want you guys to be very mindful of is that there are a lot of fake lists going out there. And one person who felt the need to address that was the, unproblematic Whoopi Goldberg. She made sure to let everyone know, like, look, I have no dealings with this man. I don't even go anywhere. Like, there's no reason for the two of us to ever be in the same sentence or connected. So the list that's going around that's saying that she was one of the people on this island, it is not true. So we can go ahead and wipe her off of that list.
Wipe Whoopi off?
Yeah, wipe it off and keep it moving, because she's like, look,
that, man.
She's not. Like, she's like, I don't bother nobody. I don't go anywhere. When I thought about it, I was like, she really don't. Like, I never seen Whoopi out and about. No problems. So good for her.
Leave Whoopi alone,
please. Your boy LeBron James is going viral
for brushing his hair, or what looked like to be brushing his hair.
I don't know what that was.
And he kept doing it.
He kept going.
I think viral. It was a nerve thing. It was after a game. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy though. Yeah. There was no, like, somebody should have said stop. Bron. And
it almost looked like it hurt.
Yeah, like that, or maybe it was very soft and it didn't hurt.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it was, I don't know. But he ain't had no hair to be brushing.
He is being dragged because everyone's like, what is he brushing his thoughts? Like, what's happening here?
Nigga was massaging his brain.
Poor LeBron.
Yeah, that was bad.
And of course, we're going to come right back to it. Ice Cube, he decided to release his statement because we've had everyone, we've had, who have we had? We had Ludacris, we've had Tiffany Haddish, we've had Kevin Hart, we've had Ricky Smiley. We've had a slew of people decide to respond back to Cat, but this time it was Ice Cube. And he said that Cat is not 100% wrong with a lot of what he was saying, and that, Money Mike was a very small part, but because of how funny and charismatic Cat Williams was,
he let him do it.
Yeah, they decided to expand the role and gave him bigger parts. And he said that he did agree with the whole taking the rape scene out, because like Cat said, rape is never funny. So they took all of that out, and that Ricky did try out for Money Mike, and in a nice pap way of Ice Cube putting it, he essentially was just saying, like, he didn't have the right zhuzh, so they went ahead and thought that he was a better fit for Santa Claus.
I wish they would stop calling him Santa Claus. He was a better fit for a crackhead. He was not Santa Claus. He was a better fit to play a hood crackhead running around robbing people. They had like people sitting on his lap. He was the black version of Bad Santa.
Yes.
That's terrible. They keep saying Santa Claus. That's not Santa Claus.
No, he was a thief.
Yeah, like, what are we talking about? And not just a thief. He was like a crackhead.
I swear I did not know that was Ricky Smiley. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
because they only showed his face once. Most of the time, he wore a bandana.
Right.
So there was only one scene where they showed his face where he was inside the house trying on the shirt, and he was like, "Yeah, this is an extra small. You got to have something for the medium niggas." So that's the only time that they showed Ricky Smiley's face in that movie,
right?
Because he had the bandana on the whole time. That was it.
I'll have to go back because I just thought it was just some random actor.
Man, well, he's random. All right, I'm not a Ricky Smiley fan, so I'm not. And it's not. This was way before Cat just did what he did. I just thought his comedy was corny, and it fit what people said. He was like a Christian comic, didn't cuss, things like that. But when he was on Comic View and all that stuff like that, man, I did not find him funny. But I'm not a hater. There's a lot of comics that I don't find funny. Yeah. But
I'm going to get dragged for this, but I do not find Chris Rock now to be funny.
I thought Tambourine was funny. The one where he was saying that the only people that are loved unconditionally is dogs and women. That one was funny, but I could relate because he was talking about being divorced.
I'll have to give it another try because I fell asleep on it.
You talking about the one that just came out with Chris?
No,
with
I didn't watch that one.
Oh, I was gonna say because I just can't stomach Kevin Hart, and it's not hating, but I just can't do too much Kevin Hart.
And I don't know if you know him yet, but he's a white comedian who has definitely been getting dragged on social media. I think he's funny. Matt Rife.
Have you seen who Matt Rife is?
Really?
Yeah, I have to look him up.
He was actually in one of the pictures with Dave Chappelle. But he's a young white comedian. He actually came from social media, and he credits social media for his success because he's like, a lot of people found out about me through social media. And he said, some stuff, but
he's one of the
he does a lot of crowd work. And because he does a lot of crowd work and he's quick on his feet, he'll say some things that are considered risque. To me, it's just old-fashioned comedy. Like I enjoy his style because it's what we grew up on. And now everyone's just like, oh, I'm so offended by everything that he's saying, Yeah. Whatever. To me, he's hilarious.
I've seen some of his clips. He's okay. The person I think that's kind of funny that doesn't is working her way up is the little cousin of the Wayans. She's the gay one, Shantae. Yeah. I think she is hilarious.
First of all, she's sweet as pie, but she is hilarious.
Yeah, I think she's hilarious. I like her a lot. So there are.
Y'all niggas don't even respect me. I'm walking up this in the improv and he's like, move, bitch. Here's more.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, she still has their comedy in her. And so I think she's good. There's a lot of young comics out there. I'm just not a fan of Kevin Hart. I think once he got done with the story of telling us his life with the all right. And after that,
and his dad.
Yeah, that was it. That was once he went there, where else do you go?
Right.
And I think he's okay with the movies, but I don't want to watch him and Chris Rock together. I just don't want to do it. And it's like there's a part of me because I am a comedian enthusiast. I like to watch comedians and all that, but I just don't want to see them too. I would watch Chris by himself, but once he added Kevin, I'm like, well, I'll get to it.
Yeah, I'll have to give Tambourine another shot because
I thought Tambourine was hilarious. But you know what else is hilarious because we're in entertainment news. Why did Cameron call Odell Beckham zesty? Is Odell Beckham zesty, y'all? Because every now and again you see it. You know what I mean? And I think Cameron and Mace have a platform where them two is just
saying
whatever they want to say, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to them because they just two dudes from Harlem who can cap, rip, and do all that. Why is Odell Beckham zesty? Is he zesty? He has some questionable zesty moments.
There have been times, yes, when people have looked at him like, "What's going on here?
Yeah,
and what's happening?" I mean, for the longest, I definitely did think that he was gay. But when I found out, I was like, "Oh, he is married, right? Or is that just his baby mom?"
I think that's baby mom. I don't think Odell Beckham is married. Oh. I don't know. But what was that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why y'all got to talk to that man? Just like they got a massage from the dudes. Cameron got a massage on air by Joe Smith's wife, who Joe Smith's wife has an OnlyFans.
Yes.
You did that while you're like, y'all two dudes are just hilariously terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Cringy.
Like, but there's a platform for it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody loves it. So I think at some time we're gonna have to be risque and do some crazy stuff. So people are like, did you see what the Sibs did? We got to find a group of Sibs to beef with.
Ooh,
I don't know. Are there any other siblings doing this? We got to find some siblings that we can beef with. So we can. What happened?
Our roadcaster went out.
Oh no. We got to take a break. TDS Radio.
That's what we get for talking shit.
No, man.
It legit turned off.
What happened?
I have no idea. It just went blank. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is it the plug?
I don't know.
What happened?
Because everything else is still working. It was just this. It went out.
5 niggas watching the game. Like,
damn it! Everything is plugged in.
there you go.
Okay.
What the fuck happened?
No, look, it went out again. After I dropped the cord, there might be a short in it.
We had 5 niggas watching. I had to just cut it. Break. They were like, man, y'all don't have y'all shit together.
Sure don't. Like, what?
Y'all don't have y'all shit together. God damn it.
Come on, come back for me.
We gotta bring our own cord.
Might be. There might be a short in it. Damn it. I gotta start all this over. Turn it off. Did you put us backstage?
Wait.
It's TDS Radio. Your girl So Fab, Coach Block here.
Yo, what's going on?
We Can't Get Right show.
Woo, second shift crew.
We can't
Yo, it wasn't my fault this time, people.
No, definitely wasn't.
Next thing you know, we talking stuff like we need some siblings to go against. Microphone said, and cut. Y'all need to get y'all shit together before you talk about going against somebody. Wow.
What?
Well, we don't even know if our sound is right now. Right. So if you're listening and the sound is crazy, let us know. Just put crazy in the comment section. Just put crazy in the comment section and we'll go ahead and fix that. But today is birthdays. So what I'm going to do is drop the birthdays that we have.
We're good.
We have some, we got some birthdays. If there's a birthday shout out that you would like to do, go ahead and put it in the section and we will shoot their name out. So anybody who may be watching right now, if you know somebody who has a birthday, if this is
what?
their if they're
we can't get right.
We can't get right, man. It's Friday. This time the sound wasn't my fault.
Right.
I made a post like, please believe me.
It was technology. It still wasn't your fault. It was technology. Who would have known?
I forgot that we had to make that step. That was my fault.
Why is that a step?
I don't know. I have no idea why that's a step. So we're going to be gentle right now and just don't touch shit on the desk. We want to do the whole show like this. And the angle from this makes my arms look real little. I swear, y'all, my arm ain't that little. You see how crazy that is? What in the fuck? Look at that. Wow, that angle is wild. I'll never do that again. Glad we got that out the way. So happy birthday, Angela Galdamez, who is the secretary at Corinth Holders High School. She is on a cruise, so I don't even think she ain't listening. I shouldn't have said her name.
Y'all.
And one of the football players that follow us, Jordan Poe, good happy birthday. James Butt, he's one of my former players at Shaw, and yes, his last name is Butts.
B-U-T-T?
B-U-T-T-S.
Oh.
Raheem Winston, here's something hilarious. He's Raheem Winston Sr. I coached his son at, he's also a football coach. I don't know if he's at Riverside anymore. I don't know where he's coaching at, but I know he's a football coach. And I coached his son at Shaw. Mm-hmm. He was one of the ones that we call itty bitty. And Levi Taylor, I don't know if people even remember who Levi Taylor is. He is a influential male in the life of Coach Block. He was our basketball coach.
Oh, Mr. Levi?
Yes.
Oh, happy birthday.
Levi is rolling on 58 years old.
No, that's right.
Levi was our basketball coach in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. He was also the dude at the Y that was like the cool dude at the Y. Everybody like
the dude at the Y was the cool dude.
You know what I'm saying? There's always just a cool dude. Levi was always that cool dude. And he is a graduate of St. Augustine University.
I did not know that.
Yes. Okay. He is a graduate of St. Augustine University. And Jamar A. McCray, Chef Jamar, also known as AKA Bear. Today is his birthday as well. So we want to give everybody a huge happy birthday. And once again, if there's anybody that you would like to shout out. Why did I always say shout out? Shout out.
Mm-hmm. Can't get right.
Ooh, we talking about having a drink. Bet not.
Or dueling against someone.
Like, they're like, man, there's no competition. Y'all can't get y'all sound right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Okay, that's it. All right, what's next?
Next up, we have our message. Do you have our message letter?
Yes. I have it currently? I did. I saved it. No.
Just say yes.
Yeah, I have it, but
on the air, we'll say yes.
On the air, yes, I have it, but I wanted to post it at the same time we was reading it because yesterday everybody lost interest because they had already read it before we read it on air. So then I just look like a goober rereading the same thing again. Like, and she said, man, that was at noon. Once again, get your shit together. Sibs, we are working it out. Learning. So when we come back, we'll have our messy letter and you guys will be able to tell us about how crazy this one is. And it is messy. And yeah, it is. So then we'll go with that. And I think we still have the video that we did not go over yesterday.
We do.
So maybe we'll start with the video.
And then go into the message letter?
Yeah, we'll start with this video. This video is a trip. So we're going to listen to a couple jams, and then we will be back. Once again, those who are online, go to Kim.
Oh, tdsradio.com.
tdsradio.com. Our voice, our culture.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's TDS Radio. Your girl So Fab here. Coach Block.
We're back. Hopefully shit's right.
Because we can't get it right. Just can't get it right.
Can't get right.
But you know what? It's all right. Because we are about to avert all of our attention to
the messy letter.
The messy letter.
Let's get it.
So, with that being said, let's go ahead and read this. This is a very lengthy letter. It says, I like this guy who doesn't like me or feel the way I feel. We started conversing and I found him to be interesting. I like the fact that he handles his business. To be honest, I like everything about him. We conversed for about 2 months, and for some reason, I found myself developing feelings for him. Of course, he doesn't know it. He's always on my mind. I think about him every day. I miss the conversations we had and the time we shared. I'm always wondering, is he okay? What is he doing? How's he doing? I made it known that I like him in a relationship type of way. I don't remember what he said, but it wasn't favorable. After I expressed my liking for him, it seems to me that he intentionally did everything in his power to bother me, like openly flirting with other women, posting their pictures on Facebook, writing posts and tagging them. It's his Facebook. He can do whatever he wants, but I feel his behavior was directed towards me and I couldn't take it, so I blocked him and stopped calling him. I'm quite sure he doesn't care one way or the other. I haven't talked to this man or seen him, but he's on my mind like crazy, and I'm trying to figure out why. I guess the saying, out of sight, out of mind, isn't true. Why do we women like guys who treat us like crap? The more I think about it, the more I believe that we, not all women, like the fact that we're not liked, or maybe it's true we always want what we can't have. What's your take on this?
You're a nut. This man doesn't even like you.
He doesn't like you.
There was nothing that gave this man any inclination, or this woman any inclination, that this man has posted anything for her, to like her, any of that stuff. And you made everything personal about yourself. You, ma'am, are a nut job. And then gonna say we women like what we can't have.
Put us in
so now she trying to make it like, oh, y'all some nuts.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. She's crazy. What do you think?
I definitely feel like there's some issue there, because you already started the letter off with that you like him and he isn't interested in you, but yet you still keep obsessing over this man.
Ridiculous.
You're living in this world of, oh, we should be together, or maybe if I do, or maybe if I say, or girl, this man don't want you at all.
What gives you the inclination to even think that there is something to even be thought of? Like, I blocked him.
This man don't care.
He probably didn't even realize it. Like, he probably didn't even realize that. That's not something that is like, you know what? She blocked me. Nope.
Yeah, no. If there's no interest there, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be concerned about whether or not
he doesn't care. Like,
and then anytime you like someone who, doesn't like you, and you see them talking or whatever, you're going to think like, oh my God, he's doing this to piss me off. No, ma'am, he really just genuinely doesn't like you. Like, there's no target here. He's not trying to do this to intentionally get on your nerves. I'm pretty sure if anyone were to ask him about it, he'd probably be like, what are you talking about?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to double down and then say, why do we women like?
Yeah, she put y'all all in it.
She put all of us.
Why do y'all women do this?
Ladies, all of us, according to this woman right here,
y'all all do it.
Like men who do not like us.
Crazy.
Back. Now, to me, that is something that's very immature and childish behavior. That's stuff that you do on the playground where it's like, oh, I like this person or whatever.
I'm not going to say tee.
Yeah, like, weirdo. No.
She's a weirdo, man. Like, in my mind, that's that weirdo stalker behavior. And unfortunately, she should probably go ahead and get somebody, to talk to about that, because that's not. I don't think that's okay.
Healthy.
Not by the least.
No. I mean, because I guess she's blocking him, but when I'm hearing things like obsessive thoughts, and you're like, oh, I can't stop thinking about him. So what's the next step for you? Now, what if he gets a girlfriend, and you happen to see them out?
Oh, we're gonna go nuts. We're gonna go crazy and look stupid, and then try to put pressure on the girl or come out some weird way to him and make his situation sticky. that is a problem.
It is.
And now for the people who have just joined, because we had some people who just joined, you mind running through this crazy letter one more time?
Absolutely.
Like, because this is absolutely nuts.
Absolutely. So, a letter.
Messy letter.
I like this guy who doesn't like me
Crazy.
or feel the way I feel. We started conversing and I found him to be interesting. I like the fact that he handles his business. To be honest, I like everything about him. We conversed for about 2 months and for some reason I found myself developing feelings for him. Of course, he doesn't know it. He's always on my mind. I think about him every day. I miss the conversations we had and the time we shared. I'm always wondering, is he okay? What is he doing and how's he doing? I made it known that I like him in a relationship type of way. I don't remember what he said, but it wasn't favorable. After I expressed my liking for him, it seems to me that he intentionally did everything in his power to bother me, like openly flirting with other women and posting their pictures on Facebook, writing posts and tagging them. It's his Facebook. He can do whatever he wants, but I feel his behavior was directed towards me and I couldn't take it, so I blocked him and stopped calling him. I'm quite sure he doesn't care one way or the other. I haven't talked to this man or seen him, but he's on my mind like crazy, and I'm trying to figure out why. I guess the saying, out of sight, out of mind, isn't true. Why do we women like guys who treat us like crap? The more I think about it, the more I believe that the more I think about it, the more I believe that we, not all women, like the fact that we're not liked, or maybe it's true we always want what we can't have. What's your take on this?
Okay, so I was taking notes as you read it again, just to make sure I wasn't crazy. She said, I like a guy that does not like me, and then commenced to write the letter.
Yeah.
The letter should have not even been written.
Yeah.
Because you like a guy who doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Now, I am curious to what she means by conversed for 2 months.
2 months, right.
2 months, what does that mean? But then that's also letting you know sometimes you got to be careful, men and women, of who you talk to, because clearly this conversation was innocent, because it's not like he slept with her. She doesn't have any of that in there. So he's talking with her and she takes it as if it's time for me to, quote, let it be known. And then even after she let it be known, she said that his response was not favorable.
Not in the least bit.
And you still continue to stalk this man's Facebook page and take what he does personally, even after he told you that he wasn't interested because it was not favorable for you in what he said. And then you get the nerve and the audacity to say, I know he don't care, but I blocked him. You did him a favor.
Yeah.
And you did yourself a favor.
Yes. Yes. And to this point, if we were to reverse the gender roles here, if this was a man saying this about a woman.
Stalker.
Yes. Yes. 100.
Like, girl, you better watch yourself, girl.
Right.
G-U-R-L, girl. Girl.
That's why our shit don't work, because your energy is bad.
Girl, you better watch yourself, girl.
Exactly why our shit be
blah, 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 blah.
But like I said, if this was a guy saying this about a woman, everyone would be like, whoa, this is stalker behavior. And baby, you're teetering on that line because, like I said, you're having these thoughts and, oh, I can't stop thinking about him. What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to move on.
Yes. And get some self-esteem. And do not put all women into this, because I have never liked a man that treated me like crap. And I've always been told, don't let a man tell you twice that he don't want you. So girl, go sit down, find something else to do, find a hobby, go try Pilates, do something other than stalk this man on his Facebook when he's already told you that he doesn't feel the same way and that he doesn't like you. And obviously he must have been offended for him to respond unfavorably, because sheesh.
Great advice. I have nothing to follow up with that besides you're crazy. And so that's that. That's why I said it's a humdinger. When you start a letter off, I like this guy that doesn't like me, and proceed to go through the letter, lets me further know how nutsy you are, because what advice are you looking for?
Right.
Then when you also tell me in the letter, I let it be known and it wasn't favorable, what more do you need to know? So what is your problem? What is your wiring? Go find somebody who's going to love you.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out here.
Starting with you, ma'am. Start with you first, because if you loved yourself,
you wouldn't have wrote that letter.
You wouldn't have wrote that letter, and you wouldn't be chasing after someone who literally told you, I don't feel the same way.
He posted other girls.
And don't think that you can change anyone's mind. This man told you to your face, and that's pretty much it.
He's posting other girls, and I think it was against me.
And even if he was, let's say if he was. Let's say if this man was.
We're going to make this nigga petty. I know if he's watching, he's like, no, I wasn't.
No, I'm just saying, let's say if he was. Why would you want that type of man?
I don't know, because in 2 months, she fell for him. 2 months. Yikes. Hey, man. Yeah, 2 months. Yikes. Is that what we're doing in these streets? Absolutely. It takes 2 months. What's going on in these streets?
Absolutely. I've had a guy tell me he loved me after 2 months. I've had several.
What? Wait, I couldn't even get out. Lie you after 2 months? No lie 2 months. 2 months? Love you after 2 months? No. What are we talking about? Yes. Love you after 2 months. People want to be loved.
They do.
And people don't know how to express certain feelings. They don't know how to express it, but to tag it with love. And that's sad, because it's not always love that you are feeling. You know, it could be something else, but
infatuation.
It could be that, and sometimes it's just, I'm happy. It doesn't mean I love anything. I'm just happy. But we're going to define it with love. No. It's okay to be happy and enjoy somebody's time and say, you know what? I really like spending time with you. That makes me happy.
I know that's right.
That doesn't make you have to say, I love you. You know how crazy that, see, now damn mics will go off again. You know how crazy you sound after 2 months? I love you. Now, anybody who knows me knows I love my keto buns. I didn't tell her that after 2 months. Now, what I did say was, yep, I'm done. I'm good. And that meant that I'm focused here. Like nothing else is on the table, me and you. But ain't nobody expressing no love in 2 months. You don't know nobody in 2 months to love them.
You don't.
Is this why we have a 50-50 failure rate of relationships and marriage?
I guess, I
don't know. I love you after 2 months. You must be
Makes for
crazy.
Very, very awkward and cringy conversations. But ma'am, go and love on yourself. Please. And
go to the movies by yourself. You know what?
It's a wonderful experience. Welcome to the club.
I've started to do it, and I think it's great.
Isn't it?
And I feel like I should have been doing it earlier.
You should have.
I'm like, because I used to think it was weird. Like, who goes to the movies by themselves? Lame. Sorry.
You would tell me it's lame, whatever.
Yeah, now I'm on some popcorn.
And I enjoy my flick and be just as happy.
And I go to the one right around the corner from the house. And and I go there when I go by myself. I have my full experience.
Absolutely.
Let me get my popcorn. Let me get my meal.
Absolutely.
Some fries.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then give me them 3 warm cookies. After the meal's gone. I want my whole experience.
And I think if people took the time to date themselves, and I know that sounds cliche, but if you take the time to date yourself, you won't run into situations like this. Because I don't have time for that. If some guy where I'm like, oh, I'm interested in him, but he acting like, I don't like you, or he told me to my face, I don't like you. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Moving on.
Treat yourself better. So then that treatment would be not, you can shrug that off. Like, okay,
and
moving on.
Keep it moving.
Keep it pressing.
Keep it moving. Be thankful for the rejection now, because maybe that is just something telling you that he's not the one, that I have somebody else better for you. But instead, you out here trying to stalk a man who clearly told you that he didn't want to be bothered with you. Baby, take yourself on a date. Go have a spa day. Treat yourself to the movies. Go and shop. Love on yourself. Buy yourself a new toy. There you go. Go do something like that and enjoy the hell out of
I think we should stop this conversation. I don't need to know anything more about processes of loving each other.
Go enjoy you, baby girl. Just go do that.
Yeah, let's stop the conversation. What's next?
We are going to take a quick break, and then we will be back because we have some woman that is asking us. She went viral on social media about how do you ask a man for money? Your man, not just any man. How do you ask your man for money?
I need money. And then I ain't got it. And then now everybody moves on. Let's not make things harder than they need to be. No. I was just about to say. Probably should just stop talking shit for a second. Yeah, because it came out my mouth wrong. Pause. You know who else we need to talk about from the shade room is Taraji. Because I have a problem with what she was talking about earlier.
Can we get to that later?
Yeah, we're going to do the letter, but I want people to know we're going to talk about Taraji because I am tired of her fucking complaining and nobody backed up Monique. And we'll get back to that in a minute.
It's TDS Radio. Yeah. Our voice,
our culture.
4, 3, 2.
It's TDS Radio, your girl So Fab and Coach Block here.
What's up?
We are back.
What's up? So, give more body to whoever this person is. I don't know. Who is this person?
Huh?
The person, can I get my money? The money, the chick?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who is she?
Oh, I think she was just somebody on social media.
I don't see it uploaded here. And so I don't think we can do that.
Oh, it's on my desktop.
Oh, no. Let's talk about something else. I'll find it.
This guy.
Because it's on the desktop, so I got to find it.
So, yeah. Well, with that being said, we probably need to go ahead and take a break because that's what I have prepared. But you did say you were ready for Taraji. I ain't got nothing to say to Taraji.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about Taraji. Then
I don't.
So Taraji P.
Henson
went on Shade. Well, she was on Shade Room again, and she was complaining because she said that while they were filming The Color Purple, they had given her and other actors rental cars to get to and from the studio to film. She said that was unsafe for her to actually be able to drive in a rental car and that she should have been chauffeured. And they said, well, we ain't had that in the budget.
Okay.
And so now here she goes complaining once again about the same things that Mo said in reference to Black actors and actresses being mistreated. My question is, because and she said that on now she want to let it go about Empire. She said that there were trailers that were bug infested.
Oh.
So now my question is, why now? Because Mo said that the treatment ain't the same. The pay ain't the same. We don't get treated the same. Hollywood is treating Black actors and especially Black women like trash. And everybody treated her crazy for saying what she said. Mo told it early. Almost Cat Williams like. She called out Oprah, she called out Tyler, she called out all of them. And it's
Daniels.
And it seems to me, and I could be wrong, that Taraji is following suit of what Mo was saying, but in a whining way versus this is what I demand. Should we feel sorry for her, or should she make sure that that stuff is in her contract?
Can it be both?
No. No.
Okay.
It cannot. Why do we feel sorry for Taraji?
I mean, I'm not going to say I feel sorry for all Black actors and actresses because we definitely get mistreated and underpaid. And I mean, when you think about Angela Bassett, who is on 911, who just recently started earning and has become the top earning actress on the show. I think the show and during that time slot. I have to check on it just to be sure.
Okay.
I mean, look at what age it took for her to finally get to the point where it was like, hey, I'm that woman around here, you know? And I mean, everybody, I think, in their way has said, you know, that Black actors and actresses are not being treated fairly. They probably weren't as transparent and as blunt as Monique. But I do think that it was messed up that no one seemed to back her.
Yeah, they left her on the island. And she out there talking about, I'm doing this for us, babies. And everybody just laughing and clowning. You ain't that funny anyway. And why do we always attack the person and not the thought? I don't care.
Because it hurts more.
I don't care that Monique, you know, what she was saying, there was some validity to it. Nobody wanted to give her that. You know what I mean? You want to treat her crazy because we were talking about Oprah, Lee Daniels,
that's right.
and Tyler Perry. And meanwhile, here we go with Taraji saying the same exact things. I think it's unfair. I think Mo is owed an apology.
Yeah.
Openly owed an apology. At least address the fact that she wasn't crazy. Because that's what everybody tried to make her say.
Absolutely.
Especially when she refused to do the Netflix special because what was it, Schumer?
Yeah, Amy Schumer.
Schumer was getting paid double what Monique was. And like Monique said, I have sitcoms. I am a queen of
people
comedy.
People are still referencing and watching to this
movies, all that. And you want to pay me a third of what Schumer's getting. And then y'all want to try to denounce my impact in the entertainment world. And now here you go later on with your high eyebrows. I don't like her eyebrows. I like Taraji. I just hate the way they draw her eyebrow. Do they try to go with like how they naturally grow? Because you know how to do that.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm guessing that is how her eyebrow structure is.
They're arched like that?
They may be. I would have to take a deeper look because I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
You're a mean one.
Shut up.
Mr. Grinch.
Shut up. Leave it alone.
I know, but she's a beautiful person. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I always look because it seems like it makes her face look like she's always looking a certain way because they are arched that way. So it's like
arched eyebrows can definitely give you a mean look.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like what we talk about. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's equivalent to sexual assault and people not coming out, but there is something that when someone speaks up, everyone's like, uh-oh, what's going to happen to you now that you spoke up and said something?
Right.
So people may feel the same way, but it's like, well, I don't want to lose my table. I mean, my seat at the table. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to lose my opportunity. So I'm just going to leave you to hang out. I mean, even when you think about like, let's take it back to school days, not the movie, but actually like school. No. But like, if you spoke out in school or anything like that, people are like, I don't know what you talking about. That's on you, Like there's usually someone that's being hung out to dry because they're willing to speak up and say something.
Don't I know? Matter of fact, let's have a Cat Williams moment after we take our break. Because since we want to talk about it, I said I was going to start doing it. So today we will do one. We will have one of those Coach Block straight talk moments. It's Friday. Let's let it loose. Y'all want to hear it?
Why the hell not?
Y'all want to hear it? There's nothing that can happen to me because of it. And again, what they gonna do? Take away our show? What? I mean, we still
come in here and kick audio.
Yeah, what you gonna do? Take our roadcaster? What? So I'm gonna tell it. So since they wanted, people asked. They said, tell it.
But if you're gonna ask, then be here to watch it. Damn it.
Well, I'm gonna post on Facebook. And I'm gonna tell one of my tales about people knowing what's right and not speaking out. And I may even name drop.
So you can relate to Taraji.
To what?
You can relate to Taraji.
I can relate to Monique.
Okay.
So mine's gonna be more like Monique and Kat because people tried to make me like I was crazy when I was going through what I was going through, and nobody spoke up. Nobody spoke up. And I got these. Maybe we should make these a tale because I got another one about somebody who took my idea and I got the tapes. So when I say took my idea, this person took my idea after I brought it to them and excluded me out of it. And I got the tapes, meaning the conversation is in my inbox from the time that I discussed the conversation to the time that this person executed this, and then they're gonna try to leave me out. Yikes. Ain't that about it? I done told people, you bet with me, leave me alone. Leave me alone. So when we get back, I'm gonna have a cat moment. I'm gonna post it on social media so y'all can come on in and watch this, and I'm gonna tell it about people who treat people like Monique because they did her wrong, and now Taraji, now you're getting what you deserve for not stepping up, and everybody stepping up in solidarity. If you did that, and let's say y'all stepped up together, maybe you wouldn't be in this position because Mo did take them on by herself. Yeah. So we gonna see. It's always gotta be one. Chop him at his legs. That's why nobody like you now. I don't care. I wish I had something to drink like Cat. I don't give a damn. And another thing, don't give me a hot mic.
I noticed that. So we're going to take a break. CDS Radio, obviously our voice, our culture.
Do you want that video? 3, 2.
It's TDS Radio. Your girl's so fab and Coach Block here.
What's up?
Oh man, things are about to get real.
I mean, is it?
It's wondering.
Old. Some people may have heard these tales before, but I think it fits in what we were talking about in reference to Taraji P. Henson and Monique and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the snowball effect of what happens when you don't stick up for the person who is sticking their neck out to bring out whatever the issues are. Okay?
You know what? It's funny. I have a story about that too, and I just thought about it.
Well, you go. Tell yours.
Mine might be quicker than yours because yours has layers.
Yeah. Oh, layers. I'm talking about layers.
In my radio days, my boss and I were having to deal with a lot of merging. So we had our boss was in Charlotte, and he didn't know half of what my boss knew. Like she knew this shit to a T. She was brilliant, and just the way that her mind would work, give her fucking flowers or whatever. But we had this boss that came in and was over us, and he's trying to tell us what to do. And I could tell that she was frustrated with it, but kind of went with the flow because job security. And I get it.
Of course.
But then I noticed that they always kept nitpicking with me. Like, what does she do? What does she do? What does she do? Not knowing that this woman was essentially training me to be her little protege. Granted, yes, she was very protective of what it is that she does. And I understood because she'd been doing it by herself for so long. So it's that comfort of, I know this, and for somebody else to mess up my craft, it's tough. And I get it, but back then I was kind of like, girl, relax. But now being older, I completely understand where she's coming from. But, so she was slowly training me and getting me more acclimated, but by her process. But here we come with this, super large nigga, and it wasn't even a black guy, it was a white guy, coming in just steady poking and asking questions, but it was always targeted towards me. What is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? Not knowing that I was also helping on the digital side as well. So I'm doing both, 2 jobs for the price of one. Never do that again,
Taraji Monique.
Hello. So one day they called us in and we all were sitting down, and it was, my boss, myself, our boss, and then the guy that was the head of the digital department who didn't do nothing, black guy. And most of the work was from a younger white girl who was essentially training me as well on, running the ads and how they worked on the websites and doing that. That was actually how I learned Photoshop from her. And we're all sitting in a room, and I could just feel my face getting hot because it was always circulated around like, well, what are you doing? And you should be doing this. And we're not quite sure if, this is the best fit. Like, it pissed me off because I'm like, I just want to know, why do you keep bothering me? Why are you targeting me in this moment? And I had lost it. Like, I just completely got angry, and I was mad at myself because I don't like for people to get me to that point, but it was just one thing on top of another, and I just bursted, So after that moment, I was a little beside myself, and, I could tell that my boss felt bad for me. So we go back to, she goes to her office and she tries to calm me down and all that. Then I go back to my cubicle, but I'm still fuming. The black guy who is on, the digital team or whatever, where we're making him look good, he comes over to my cubicle and says, I'm so disappointed in you. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. He said, I'm so disappointed in you because you never should have let them get you to that point. When I tell you, I wanted to jump up and choke that nigga, because in that moment, as a young black girl who is in a position and even in a company that's predominantly white, you being my only other advocate here as a black man, you didn't even bother to protect me in that moment when we're making you look good. That shit hurt. And then for you to turn around and say, I'm disappointed in you, that's something that a parent says, or somebody who cares enough about you. You didn't care about me. Not in the least bit.
Nah.
You just got mad because it thought it made you look bad as another black person in a predominantly white field.
Oh, buddy.
And that pissed me off. But do you know what happened to this man? Shortly afterwards, he got fired. And I think it was because they found out that he wasn't doing shit because he was going to the gym and leaving for like 2 hours out of the day. And he was heavily depending on the young white girl who was, like I said, teaching me, you know, the ads and stuff like that. But he was constantly, you know, saying, oh, what is she doing? What she got going on? He was her manager, but he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything, and he did not know the job. He never should have had that job to begin with, and I don't know how he got it, but that was his karma. No better for him. And then only to turn around and ask the young white girl that he wasn't the boss of for a referral for another job. Go sit the hell down somewhere.
Please, several seats. Please, several seats.
Ooh, I still think about that, and that pisses me off to this day.
Because people shouldn't do that. Though you shouldn't have let them get you out of your what? I'm the one in it. Don't tell me what people shouldn't be getting me in. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. Hey man, my feet hurt from stepping and fetching. I can't keep it up. So it causes me to explode. Speaking of explode, because that story makes me explode because we don't stick together when we're in these positions. All right. Now, I'm going to preface this as majority of the people involved I have forgiven.
Okay.
And majority of the people involved I continue to talk to now to this day because I understand. I try to be a person that look at things from the other person's lens. And if I can be in that person's seat and just have an understanding, while I may not agree, I have an understanding of why you did what you did. It's easier for me to be able to process and forgive and move on. With that being said, a lot of people don't know why I'm no longer the head coach at Enloe. It's always a little fuzzy story that is being told. And I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of details because the story is so elongated. It comes down to a few things. Between myself and the athletic director, to whom at that time we both had decided we were going to apply for the job. I had told one of the assistant principals that, you know, maybe he's better for the job than me. I don't know. But I was confident enough at that time thinking that this guy was one of the guys that was going to, you know, do right by the position. Didn't know what being an athletic director entailed. I just knew we were able to generate money, but he generated more money as the soccer coach than I did fundraising as the football coach. So the goal of any athletic program is money. So if he had the ability, because I was learning how to do things from him for my football program, so I figured if he's teaching me, then you might as well take over the program. Maybe I can be your assistant. That was what I looked at it as. And I had talked to this guy about that as well. So in some ways, if you were to talk to the principal who was over athletics at that time, I slightly conceded. I still interviewed for the position, but if he was to had gotten the job, I had no problem, no issue. All right, so here we go. Once he got the job, I was told that I needed to interview somebody who they kept trying to put on my staff consistently for the team. And I was told that, quote, he could bring other money in that I didn't have access to, meaning white, because he was a white guy. He also was alumni. They wanted that type of face there. I did not care. The reason why I did not care is because he was on previous staffs before me, and the relationship building piece with the kids was important and imperative to me to do that. So my question was to my players and to my coaches, if he was a good fit, I would have put him in. And if he's not a good fit, if you guys don't think so, then I won't, because I don't want to mess up what we were building, because everybody knows we were building something great. Well, the athletic director got upset because I told him no, that we're going to go in a different direction. I was able to be that type of person. I was able to tell another person, I think we're going to go in a different direction. Well, that was to my demise because they were all friends. So the moment I did that, it was plotting and planning on how we're going to get Block out.
Absolutely.
Here's something that people may not know. And because there was narratives back and forth, HR got involved. So players are getting interviewed, coaches are getting interviewed, everybody's getting interviewed about is block this terrible person because the athletic director, who is currently the athletic director of the school now, made this narrative as if I was abusing those kids, beating those kids, terrorizing those kids. I was the worst person in that school for those kids. That was the narrative that was given. Mm-hmm. And that narrative was not debunked by higher up people. Names don't need to be said. Go back and look and see who was higher ups at that time. There was only one person who had my back, and it was a sister, which is why at the end of the day, right, wrong, or indifferent, I ride with sisters because the sister had my back. The brothers ran for the hills. All right. And when I say they ran for the hills, he may get swole. Like, I don't believe you said it, but there's a coach there. One of the coaches that I hired on my staff who, you know, he didn't coach anymore with me, but still in the school building, we communicated and we talked. It came down to a specific question. Do you think the athletic director has something personal against Coach Blocker? This was asked to this man inside of his interview. Do you think he has something personal against Coach Blocker? Now, here's what this man had told me directly. He comes in my office every day and tells me, I'm going to get Blocker fired. He told me this every single time. Watch your back. He's trying to get you. He came to me and told me specifically, I'm going to get Blocker fired. This is what he told him. Now, needless to say, this is a black man that was told this information by a white man. I'm going to get this man fired. All right. So while I'm still trying to dodge, go ahead.
The fact that he felt comfortable enough to tell him.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So he felt comfortable enough to tell him. So then now I'm still trying to navigate the landmines because I already see what's going on, right? So as we're being interviewed, you know, I find out that this gentleman was interviewed. And I said, well, did you tell him what you knew? Nah. What? You had the bomb in the hand. You had the bomb to go off to tell them what this man specifically told you that was not a lie. That was one black guy. It happened again a second time. So then the guy who ended up taking my place, once again, I'm telling you so much that you can go back and look. The guy who took my place, this guy, this athletic director, told him too. I'm going to get Blocker fired. I'm going to get him. He's getting out of here because he was upset because I would not do specifically what he said. And that brother was asked the same question. And guess what? He too did not say anything. The only brother who said something was Coach Lewis. It was it. The only person, and Coach Kennedy got so mad, he walked out before it could be asked. Y'all ain't gonna do my man like that. And he walked out before he could be asked. But the two other brothers.
And that's what I'm saying. Why are we acting like this is an interrogation? Like you're not being held by the cops. I'm not
the two other brothers who could have said and stuck up and said, I know for a fact that he's being targeted, chose not to say a word and allowed this to continue to make me look nuts because I'm firing back by myself saying, nah, this ain't it. This is what they're trying to do. Because I was called an affirmative action hire by this group of guys. Yes. I was also at every given opportunity on this guy's social media. He took every chance to try to shoot at me publicly, which now he erased off his, which is the current coach. He erased all his social media where I did not. Damn. But he talked reckless about what we were doing at the program, who somehow now he's the head coach. And then the guy that I didn't hire, somehow he's now on the staff. So both gentlemen who did not say anything in their interview were my hires.
That has to hurt.
I hired them.
That has to hurt.
On my staff, only for them to turn around and stab me in the back. So now,
job security.
The one gentleman, the one gentleman was just the strength and conditioning coach. All right, I'm going to tell it. So now, once again, I won't say the names, but by telling the jobs, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. The one gentleman was the strength and conditioning coach. And he only did strength and conditioning. Well, what he didn't realize was by him doing just the strength and conditioning, that was something that I wanted him to do because of his stature of what he did. He comes from a university where that's what he only did. So when we hired him, myself and the sister that was involved, that's what we set him up for. Only thing you do is weightlifting. The moment they removed me, they stripped him of 2 of his weightlifting classes. And guess who they put in his replacement? The guy who they wanted me to hire that I said no. So the guy that they wanted me to hire took 2 of his classes. So you didn't even realize that I was fighting for you before, and then they wiped you out and took your classes right away from you once I left. To only tell me now, this brother tells me now, we didn't know how good we had it when you were there because nobody knew how hard I was fighting. So my coaches were allowed to coach. None of this drama did they even know I was going through, including GK. A lot of that stuff, I got it. I'll take the hit with the principals, with the fans and all that stuff. I got y'all. Y'all just focus on y'all relationships with the kids. Only to be bitten in the ass by 2 of the 4. And then watch them do exactly what they wanted to do.
To you, to them.
To me, to them. The pressure became so much that the guy who took over for me never made it to coach 1 game. So instead of him sticking up for me, this is one of my hires, instead of him sticking up for me, he allowed me to get railroaded. Well, then they gave him the job. Congratulations, boy, you did a good job. We're going to give you Block's job because we still got to keep a black face because we got to keep all these black parents happy. He didn't make it out the summer. That's how GK ended up the head coach because GK picked up the torch and said, well, I can't let this happen because this is during COVID. It was too much. He broke. That guy broke. Then the other guy calls me and tells me, hey, man, they taking my stuff away from me, man. What should I do? After you just let these people stab me in the back. Now, as a black person, I totally feel Taraji. I do.
Yes.
But I cannot feel sorry for you when I watched Monique take every single blade right into the back and nobody stood with her.
It's that fear because when you think about like, okay, Monique at one point, Monique is a powerhouse and she was at what some would probably say the height of her game, but I don't like to, say that for anybody because there's room for growth. And then you have Taraji, who's kind of a newcomer that's just kind of stepping in there, didn't have much money. She has a son. She's trying to figure it out. She wants to get her feet wet in Hollywood. So for you to come in and say, I agree with her, and you're a newcomer, it's like, I'm not messing up my opportunity. I'm shut up.
But then how big is your opportunity now? You see what I'm saying? So now
yeah, I'm not
stuck.
disagreeing.
And that's where, with these brothers, you stuck. Y'all stabbed me in the back. And when I tell you it's a list of black men that if I could stand and look at them face to face and tell me, right, wrong, or indifferent, tell me that you guys didn't do me dirty. And then the ripple effect that happened by doing me dirty, there's kids that didn't get placed in colleges that should have been placed in college because you stripped the person who was doing all that work. And nobody gives a damn. And it's only evident because you can go back and look and see, well, these two don't match. When Blocker was here, this was happening. And since Blocker left, this ain't happening. So then what's the problem? But there's brothers. So then now one of the brothers tells me, one of the janitors who always lifts, always works out, says every time, damn, we miss Block. I wish he was here. And he got to eat the fact that you were one of the people who could have squashed all this and you never said a word. You sat there and ate it. There was a parent that did that. There was a parent who knew, a parent who specifically knew what the plan was because the sport that the athletic director coaches, the parents talk. Soccer, they talk. The parent told the parents that rock with me, I know what the plan is. I know what's going on. I know what they're trying to do to Blocker. So the parents said, well, write a letter. She said no, in fear of what may happen to her son.
Absolutely.
Guess what? Her son still didn't go play ball for college, like for athletic purposes. He had the grades to go to school, and he went to school, but he didn't get what he should have gotten.
He didn't have the nurturing.
He didn't get what he should have gotten. And then now all of a sudden, well, then what do we do? No, I know what we do. You should have spoke up when you had the chance. So
it's
then
that fear. I'm telling you, my guy. And I, not to sit here and say it's right, but we have such little opportunity that when we get something, it's like, oh no,
gotta hold it.
I gotta hold it. I know you're walking through the fire, and I agree with you, but I can't lose this little bit of sunshine that I have.
I was singed. them niggers let me singe. So like when I look back and I see some of them in those positions, knowing that a large piece of them even being in those positions was because I hired you. Like you took a spot that somebody else could have got, but you were hired because of also being a football coach, because the sister rode with me, and I'm like, these are the guys we need. Only for y'all to be at two brute ass niggas stabbing people in the back. And like I said, I forgive them for it now. At the time, I'd have been spitting all over these mics. I forgive them now. But the ripple effect of what has happened is so damaging. And believe me, there's so much left out. We ain't got time for it. It's so damaging to the children. And people don't realize, like, so we're going to take Monique. She said, I'm doing this for us. The ripple effect of not sticking up for Monique and standing together, you now are feeling the ebb and flow of that, Taraji, because even if we take that hit,
a lot of others.
And others, even if we take that hit, once Monique started talking and everybody said, you know what, us too. Then now, okay, we might take a hit initially, but then we got the chips, because who's people tuning in to see?
And that's where I really wish entertainers would take a moment, take a step back and realize their power. And I have to give it to these TikTokers, these young TikTokers, Gen X, is that what they are?
They ain't with it.
When they took a vow and said, we are tired of these white people taking our stuff and, doing it on their platform and getting likes and shares, but it's all stemming from us. And even that little girl that created the whole renegade dance and all stuff like that, when they stopped creating content, people didn't know what to do. So imagine if all the actresses, producers, directors, writers, and look what happened with the strike.
Right.
If they all stuck together, if we all stuck together, what would happen?
Yes. But it was a small world compared to what you just talked to. It was a beautiful thing to see young Black men, and there were white students with us too, but more so it was majority Black, winning. And I don't mean just on the field. They were winning. Yale, colleges are coming to see them. They're changing their image, and their esteem is growing and all that stuff. And on top of that, the icing on the cake is that they're winning, and y'all strip this away. Because who the hell are you guys to make these Black kids look like something led by a Black guy? And you would think that the Black guys that's riding with you would be the ones to ride with you all the way. We're going to ride this thing out. And they're the ones that did not pull the trigger. And now you have to look at these student athletes as if you didn't do what you did. That's terrible.
What is insane, I've had more white people, especially white women, stand up for me. And in that job that I was talking about, my boss fought for me on a lot of levels. But the one Black guy, you come to me when I don't even work with you directly.
On some old Sambo, acting like Samuel on Django. What's wrong with you?
I'm disappointed in you.
I know what you are, and I'm disappointed in you.
I wanted to flick his glasses off of his face. Like, come on, really?
Don't get me started. And that's what I'm saying. Like, as when I say step and fetch, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, when you have the ability, when you see a Black person, especially when you know how hard it is for us to get these positions, when you have the ability to make sure this person is secure, it only helps you in the long run. because you don't know what door that person is opening or what weight that person is carrying so that you can prance around and do what you do. And in that situation, that was the reality. Like when I tell you, like one day, whenever this is just about venting and all that, the levels of shit that I took for coaches because they weren't doing what they were supposed to do or saying what they were supposed to say or acting how they were, you take those L's because guess what? White coaches do it for each other. I coached with a dude this year. I don't give a damn. Anybody cares what I say. What I'm wearing right now. He told the athletic director, I'm not doing shit. You do it. And stood on business. And guess what? And we were terrible. We weren't even good. When I tell you this man that they complain and all that shit, they complain about him, all that shit. And guess what? He's still there. And they said, well, we're going to give you another try at this.
Wow.
After you just told everybody kiss my ass, and people think I'm mad at that man. I'm not mad at him. You are who you are. What I'm mad at is everybody around that knows what's going on and is like, it's okay.
It's all right.
You won't do it for a black coach. If it was me, my ass would have been out of there, like quick. And that's the problem, because when we do get these jobs and get these positions, other white people stick together because they realize I got this job because of him. And so I'm going to stick with them. And you'll even see black coaches stick with white head coaches, even when they shouldn't. It's like, yo, you should walk. Why y'all letting that ride? No, I'm going to keep it with him. I'm going to stay with him. Oh, hell no. No. It's time to go. So people got mad at me this year because philosophy difference between two men, I can't coach with you. And it happens to be black or white. I'm not chasing opportunity, so I walk. It looks like, that nigga crazy. You know how hard it is for us to get coaching jobs, boy.
And that's why people do what they do.
I don't give a damn how it looks. I'm a man first. I'm going to stand on mine. You're a woman first. You're not going to degrade me as a human being and think that I'm supposed to take any opportunity you give me. So then I'm just supposed to ride with that? Yes, the boss has to do it. You got to be kidding me. And so then when somebody does stand up like a Taraji, or even when Terrence Howard was talking about how much he got paid for Hustle and Flow, and you should just be happy. Do you know what I'm missing out on?
Right.
They told him he should just be happy when he said, well, the character he played in Iron Man, he was promised that it was going to get a spinoff. And so because he went into the first Iron Man thinking, eventually I'm going to have my own, which is what Don Cheadle is still fighting for. And they haven't given it Don Cheadle yet. So like he said, why would I sit there and devalue myself and continue to allow you to underpay me, but y'all going to make big money off of me? I'd rather walk. And that is the problem. These step and fetch people that's out here, and we've experienced it even with the radio station. We've experienced it. No, I mean, it's fuck up Friday. We ain't got that much longer. Let's tell it. We've experienced it where it's just, we are the reason why our tagline is our voice, our culture. You're watching us on every single stage dominate. And we still can't stick together. If we just stop running, stop catching, stop throwing, stop jumping, stop singing, stop dancing, what the fuck? Stop acting. What the fuck is going to be on TV? Every single place you turn around is us. Arby's, we have the beef. That's Vin Rames. That is Vin Rames. People don't even pay attention to that.
I don't even know how much he's making for that.
For just saying Arby's, we have the beef. That's Vin Rames. Like, and people just will sit here and make it seem like we're not what you see. The music, all that stuff. Did y'all see how they did? Did you see the Popeyes commercial with the beans, greens, tomatoes, and all that stuff? Did you see how they flipped it?
Yep.
Come on, man. But y'all ain't gonna give Shirley no cut of that. And we still gonna keep eating that chicken.
And if it wasn't for social media coming to the aid of Erica Campbell's daughter for that Nationwide, how that shit blew up. Nationwide was like, let's go ahead and put you in a commercial before we get some backlash. Because who really thinks about Nationwide? Come on. How long have they had that jingle? But because when she was younger, this little girl sat here and put her little vibrato on it, and it exploded on social media. So, I mean, come on now.
That's what I'm saying, man. So that's why I don't get mad at these little, while I may not find these little young people funny, I don't get mad at they hustle. Go get your coins. Like, go get your coins. I get mad at all them that tell us we need to just wait. Whisper.
I know you want to.
Just wait. I wish the hell you would tell me just wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me just wait. And don't tell me that I can't stick together with other Black people. Black people, we need to stop thinking there can only be one.
Right.
The moment that we come off the fact that if there was another radio station doing similar to what we were doing, we wouldn't compete with them. We would say, how can we collaborate? The one thing I tell the guy that's on me and my Big Mouth podcast, Tuck, I always tell that brother, I'm proud of you. Now, I can make videos and try to compete with him, but why would I try to compete with somebody? I want you to get that. What is in you that makes you be like, I don't know about this nigga here?
The fear and lack of opportunities. You know?
But that's what I mean, but we create so many opportunities.
So many people are, it's still fear, you know, because then now it's like, oh, I got to go ahead and I got to do this. And I possibly got to step out of my comfort zone. Fear has literally trampled so many dreams and has caused people to act like, you know, what you're mimicking.
Yeah. You want to know what this nigga said? Let me tell you, because we got people watching. Yeah, this nigga told them when they said, do you think this athletic director has a problem with Blocker? And this is a sister. This is a sister interviewing a brother. She's trying to extract this. Like, tell me that there's a problem.
Yes.
This nigga said, well, I just think it's two men that got a disagreement. Maybe they can figure it out.
What was that?
It's two men that got a disagreement. Maybe they can work it out. This man told you every day he wanted me fired. He told you that. And you was too scared to relay that message.
That fear, my guy. That fear.
Man, and so with that being said, I don't feel sorry for Taraji. I appreciate you expressing it. But I don't feel sorry for Taraji because when you were on Empire in those infested trailers, you should have said something then. Don't say it now. You done took the check. So that by taking the money, you have then made everything that you went through okay. Because you accepted it. Stop accepting less. It's okay to walk away, which is really what Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, and these people, and even DL Hughley, this is what they're telling you.
Knowing your worth.
This is what they're telling you. It's okay to walk away because once you set the price, as Tuck just said, once you set the price, you think you think the next people are going to pay you more? You've already set the tone of what your value is. Your price is your price, as Tuck just said. This is ridiculous to me. It is ridiculous to me. And I need Black people to stop fighting over crumbs and bake your own cake.
Hello.
There is nothing stopping any one of us from doing what we need to do. We have a viewer, Chuck, that says something so great. We've never asked for anything. We've just asked for you to get out the way. I've never asked you for anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just asked you to get out the way and treat me fair. Damn. That's the baseline for Black people. Just treat me fair. That's all I'm asking. Well, what you mean is it what you talking about? Because right now, like I tell the kids, there's no better time to be Black. We'll say that. Like, you wouldn't want to go backwards. You see what I'm saying? There's no better time to be Black, but that doesn't mean that it's still equal. Because if words can have somebody removed with little facts, or if people are not getting paid the same, there's clearly a problem.
Absolutely.
But the issue is there's no voice to it.
Right.
And I think we need to do a better job as a collective of Black men and Black women. Stop arguing on social media right now about 50-50, who's this, who's that, who should pay this, who should pay that. And we should really start looking at the fact that what is it that we can support so that we can get out of this bullshit?
And stick up for one another. Like in the workplace, I don't care. I'm always going to stick up for a person of color because I know how hard it is. And we all know how hard it is.
Yes.
But to sit here and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And what makes you think that you're not going to get treated the same way? And most of the time, if not, 95, 99% of the time, it's going to happen to you.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I think that was the issue that I experienced. Everybody thinking, well, that's you.
Yeah. It's not going to happen to me.
It ain't going to happen to me.
Everyone thinks it ain't going to happen to them until it happens to them.
And then once it happens to you, now you're like, help me, please.
Oh, can we band together?
Yeah. Just like that movie Rosewood. You know the scene that I hate so much. Rosewood, when them men came running out them trees at the end of that movie, trying to get on that train with them babies and them women. If I didn't get me, I would have grabbed the gun off somebody and shot them niggas myself. Where were you? At some point in time, you got to be willing to fight. You know what I'm saying? And we lost that. We lost that. We want to negotiate everything. Well, let's sit down and have a conversation. Nigga, you ain't got nothing to converse with. All the chips is over there. Well, they're going to give me $100 million. I'm going to jump through these hoops, boy. How about we just make our own? Nigga, you crazy. What you mean, boy? They're giving us good money to do this. But if we just do our own, we can make our own money. There you go with them big dreams, boy. I told you about them dreams. Like, that's crazy to me, man. That is crazy to me. It infuriates me. Like, this is probably the TDS that a lot of our viewers probably be wanting, like this level, because this is how I talk when we just sitting down talking. And it could get me in trouble. I don't give a damn. We step and fetch so much. And when I tell you, I told a brother, hey, man, I told a collective of brothers, you were there, a room full of brothers. Hey, this is what we can do. You were there, you took a picture of us.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is what we can do. If we just sit down, we can do A, B, C. Everybody can get money, and we can do it just like the white guys do it. You know how? Because I have got all the manuals and literally had the manuals on the table. I have all the manuals to do it. Here's the thing. Nobody hate though, meaning you got your lane, you got your lane, I got my lane. But here's the thing. Here's the only caveat. It goes underneath first and goal because I'm the one guy in here who's cleared by NCAA. Ain't nobody else cleared by the NCAA.
Makes sense to me.
But if somebody comes to me and asks me to coach your position, I'm going to tell them no. And I'm going to tell them, I'm going to send them to you. If somebody wants to coach my position and they come to you, then you send them to me. Ready, break. Didn't happen. And then we go and get outsiders to do the same thing. And everybody's, woo-wee, look at what we got here, boy. Let me tell you what we got. I did that. I already did it. We are getting a portion, a very small portion of what we can get collectively. Boy, you must be crazy. You see, everything is already done for us. Stop being lazy. We have resources.
Yes.
We are the people. How you bring something in and they hire you and give you half, or not even half, a quarter of what you deserve? Like, how do you do that? And then everybody sit there and be like, this is a hell of a deal. It isn't. You have the field, you have the coaches, you have the managers, you have to do all the work. But you allow somebody else to come in and put a stamp on it and say, this is better than what you guys have. But we're making it up anyway. Why would I fall into your lane when I can create my own lane? And so niggas run around here wonder why you act like that. I act like that because I'm so sick and tired of seeing people. We's gonna do what Massa say. We gonna do what Massa say. I don't care if I get paid less. I want that master. because he makes everything less stress. Massa. Yay, Massa.
It's time for a break.
That's
enough. We're cutting.
Yay, Massa. I'm going to get a shirt that say yay, Massa for these niggas.
Time for a break.
I'm over it.
I can see.
Feels great. It's Friday. We got to let it off our chest. We've been scripted for 2 days. I think we've done very well. We've done very well.
And thank you.
And then for the nigga who didn't stand up for you, fuck him too.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck him.
Absolutely.
He's another Massa. I'm glad he got fired.
Absolutely. Like you said, I'm old enough now to go ahead and be like, I forgive you. But it has instilled something into me, which it's horrible to say, where I am very fearful of being dependent on a Black man in the professional setting because I don't know if you'll have my back. And that's scary.
I already know them niggas will turn you in. They did it to me. I still got the marks. You know what I'm saying? And you got to forgive their ignorance because they'll do it. Mm-hmm. The one thing that I respect about others, if you can help me make money, I don't give a damn what color you are. Purple, green, pink with polka dots. I don't give a damn. The one thing I have learned from going to Catholic school all my life is when they say, I don't see color. You know when it usually involves money.
Absolutely.
I don't see color. I bet you don't, because as long as I'm out there, I'm going to shuck and jive from Massa and eat this good old chicken. As long as I'm doing that, we're going to make this money together. Let me talk about killing my women, calling my women bitches, feeding the neighborhood drugs. Let me do all that, and we're going to make this money together. And guess what? Nobody cries. But the moment I say, this might be wrong. Black people, I don't think we should do this. Nigga, you crazy.
Which is why I want to see American Fiction.
I don't even know what that. Oh, the book where he had to write the book. Yeah, that's on the.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
That's on the charts to see for me. That's on the charts to see.
I thought you were going to say something.
No. Because that's actually one that I want to actually you pay to see so that people get their credit for
Absolutely.
It. But no, because that to me is how we got to live. Mm-hmm. As long as we shuck it and jack. The moment we get on here and say we can't stand Black people, niggas, and all that stuff, and then we cut it up and put it out there, niggas will be mad enough to keep watching because they don't know when to cut off social media. Mm-hmm. And white people will say, well, because these niggas is watching, would you like a sponsorship? And we're going to be like, yes, because I've had enough of niggas stabbing me in the back.
We're going to say yes.
Because I'm tired of it. I've wore the red, black, and green coat. I swear to God, y'all, this is fucked up Friday. I done worn that coat so long, only to watch people stab me in the back and talk shit. I had a crew of people. If you guys, this shit is on my social media. I had a crew of people. I had a crew of people tell me I was crazy. He just a big ass hater. Hey guys, I think we should stick with these kids before football, during football, and after football. Let's not just cheer for them on the field. You's a big ass hater. That's a lot of hate coming in from North Carolina, you fat ass nigga. Okay, I hear you. Only for me right now to be helping one of those young men who was on that team. Because I'm not a hater. I want to see our kids succeed. It's more than just fucking cheering for them when they're on the field.
Absolutely.
But we'll get the men and dads to show up when it's time to cheer. But then when it's time to check those grades, it gets real dark and dim. I don't see nobody. I don't see no parents. Like this, when I tell you, the fucked up Friday might just be me doing this.
Yeah.
Because fuck it. Because we're fucked up. And we don't want to admit it. Because then you get a person like Charleston White who tells you the truth, everybody, he a coon. Is he a coon? Or does he have to coon so you'll listen?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so if I talk to you straight up, I'm a hater. But then if I try to put a little extra coonery on it, then at least I got you listening enough to people say, well, he got a point. So he got to act like a complete asshole to get people to listen to the condition of what our neighborhoods are in. I got to get on here and tell people, I'm going to cuss everybody out at 650. Tune in. It's the most viewership we've had since we started this shit, because people want that drama. But here's the drama. It ain't going to be against nobody else, against us. We have to do a better fucking job taking care of us.
Absolutely.
If we expect to win. People think, oh, Dave Chappelle's not funny. You want to know why he's not funny to most black people? Because that wasn't his core audience coming up.
Oh, no, not at all.
His core audience was stoners.
Yes.
The weed smokers.
Yes.
So, yeah, you don't connect with him. And guess what? He knows that. That's why he tells the jokes the way he tells them. But guess who you do connect with? Good old Cat. But what did Cat have to do? He had to go on Shannon Sharp show and act a complete whole ass. Now y'all want to buy his tickets. He wasn't stupid. You got controversy is what we got to do. So I got to come on here Friday so people can be like, you hear this shit Ken Blocker talked on Friday?
What?
You hear this shit Ken Blocker talked on Friday? He done talked about coaching. He done talked about this. He done talked about these businesses. He done talked about these people. But I'm like, Cat. Come on the show and tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I invite anybody who I just talked about to come on this show and tell me I'm wrong. Because you can't do it. Run the motherfucking tapes. There's some things I have done to people where I'm like, oh Lord, please don't ever get mad. But in this arena, run the tapes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you have it that way too, where it's like, run the tapes, because the one thing I say to you, in this department, I'm learning from you. You know your shit. I think the radio station that was before you, I won't say because you didn't say, that's where you one day just let that shit out, because you not being there is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a nigga who did it.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I figured that might be my fuck up night story.
Yeah.
That might be it. And just let it out, because I do feel in some areas I was definitely wrong. But I'm also like, once again, I was young.
Right.
And hungry. And instead of channeling that and saying, you know what's this? Chill out.
Right.
I got you. I know your dreams. I know where you want to go. I see the vision for you, but just chill because it has to go this way. You get in your feelings and turn it into something emotional. And then now everybody suffers because everybody's gone.
And you cut me at my knees, you black son of a bitch.
And you haven't done anything productive for the community or anything that's worth a damn sense.
I feel you. We was giving out turkeys to the hood. The hood ain't getting not near a stitch of food since I left. We was washing cars the whole 9 yards.
One food bank where people could come in and feel good potatoes and
and
vegetables.
And the hood ain't got it since. And we just sit back and everybody act like, well, damn, that didn't happen.
And then you create your own and people still don't want to support.
Yeah. All right, before we go. Since we're on a roll, we're on till 8. It's only 7:38. Fuck it, we ain't taking no break. No music today.
What do you mean?
Here we go. Listen, we're on a roll.
Oh.
This is something I'm gonna say.
Maybe I should cut your mic.
We got man, people been tuning into this. We got something else to say. I got something else to say. All right.
Yikes.
Don't little me, bro.
I talk your shit.
Don't little me. There's nothing that we do that's little. So when you say, I see your little podcast, first of all, we're not podcast. I see a little radio station. That ain't nothing little.
Nothing.
I see a little coaching. I see a little this. Don't little me with that sideways twinge of hate, because it takes big everything to do what we're doing. Ooh. It takes big money. It takes big faith. It takes big prayer. Yes. It takes big heart. It takes big effort. Right. It takes big sacrifice.
Yes.
Everything that it takes to do what you're doing when you decide that you're going to do something on your own is big. So for you to have that twinge of condescending bullshit of saying low, you wrong as hell. I don't care what.
But then also following up with a request for my help. That's where I'm just like, now wait a minute.
Don't get me started.
My stuff is little, and you want my help.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
When can I get on your little show? You can't get on my little show because it's little. There's no room. You see, I'm a big nigga. Where you gonna fit? Like, it's little. Since you want to be little.
Right. And then if what we did is little, why aren't more people doing it?
It would be so easy. And it's not easy.
It's not.
We thought it was easy when we started.
And it's still not
and it ain't easy.
Because we're still not quite where we need to be.
Seen what happened yesterday. The sound went crazy. And today the damn microphones went off. Like, what the hell is going on? It's a 2-person show here. There's nobody behind that camera. There's nobody operating this live. There's nobody operating that radio station. This is all us. So to say lol, just keep the sideways comment to yourself. If you can't say, hey man, I see what you and your sister's doing, or I see what you're doing, and this is to anybody. If you can't give somebody just solid big ups, just don't say nothing.
And to take it a step further, anyone out there who is an entrepreneur or who is stepping out on their own, don't belittle yourself. Because there is nothing little about what you're doing. And I hate to hear people when they're talking about their business, they're kind of shy. Talk your shit. Because like we said, more people would be out here doing it if it was easy. It's not easy. So for you to step out and say, I'm going to I'll go out and do my own thing, or I'm going to be a small business, or I'm going to do that. Talk your shit and know that here at TDS, we're going to support you. However, you need to make sure you support us back. That's all I'm asking.
I was going to say
all I'm asking.
And if you got a small business and you happen to watch this later on somewhere, put it in the comments or DM us, man. We'll find a way to help you or shout you out if you want to do small business conversation. We will take an interview for an entrepreneur or something like that, because we try to give just as much. But don't little me, bro. Don't nothing. That's another shirt. Don't lull me, bro. LIL. Don't lull me, bro.
Want to see Kimberly Blocker go off on you? Because typically, as someone who doesn't have a lot of emotion, if you want to see me operate in emotion, call my shit little.
Yeah, don't.
And I will dig in the fiery depths of hell to insult you, because don't do that. Because if you coming for my business, you coming for me.
And I guarantee you have a little mindset when you little. So you don't mind going to go punch your little clock.
Hello.
And have Master tell
with
you
your little paycheck.
Well, I mean, I'm a teacher. Can't go that far. Gotta know when to cut it. That paycheck ain't hitting. But you know when you have to hold on. Let me stop you, because you and I are not on that same level, sis. So
that's what I'm saying. Don't come.
It started feeling good. You like, oh, y'all broke asses. Wait a minute.
Don't come for my bed, because like you said, it's a lot of sacrifice. Like there have been times when we have been up in the wee hours of the morning trying to figure this out, where we're trying to balance
and then the
stress, the tension, and it is tough. So for anyone and their lips to murmur lol, I might swing on you.
Don't lull me,
because
bro.
You don't understand our journey. So please, when it comes to any business, never say lol, because you deserve to get swung on if you say lol.
It's a whole show. I mean, a whole shirt. Don't lull me, bro.
Nah,
don't little nothing that I'm doing.
And
so with that being said, that also is the mindset that a lot of people carry when you can't do something. If you can't do it, then you try to minimize what somebody else is doing.
Right.
Don't minimize what I'm doing. Matter of fact, try or ask if we can help.
Facts.
Because if we can help you, we'll help you. But don't minimize what I do. In any level, don't minimize what I do, or you will be the next victim of a Friday where I go in on your ass.
Absolutely. Because I'm going to tell you this. If what we did was so low, we would have a lot more people still on this journey with us. But we lost a lot of people because they realized how much work this is.
Shout out to 20 when we were supposed to do a morning show. And he said, DJ 20, he said, I don't know about a morning show. Why? Because that 5 o'clock hit every day. And he's right. Who's going to do that? You know what I'm saying? So we had to make it make sense for us, because guess what? None of this is little. It takes a lot to do this. And we thank you for supporting, and for those who are supporting, and understand to continue to support not just us, but others, because there are a lot of people who have positive podcasts and instructional podcasts and things like that they're doing. And even if it's just something to make people laugh, share that, man. It does not cost you a dime to like and share, but it does go a long way because people pay for impressions and how far this can go and how many people do you reach. All that shit pays. So when you see people say, please like and share, that shit means something. So don't demean what people do just because you're not doing it. And so with that being said, and another thing. I thought it was just me.
Because I just thought about it. But then when a person makes it, don't sit there, I always believed in you, because I think of our little guys, the younger guys that where people were making fun of them.
They couldn't even get in the spot to do their show.
That's what I'm saying. They were talking about them and their little podcast. They have been working their asses off.
Most consistent guys I know.
They are consistent. This is something that they wanted to do. They locked in. They kept it moving. They kept it going. And now they were on the platform on.
They were Joe Budden's
platform
Joe Budden's
on Patreon.
Couch, yeah.
But look at all the. This is hot. This is fire. How many of y'all were actively tuning into their show every single week? No. How many of y'all were actually subscribing, liking, sharing, spreading the word? How many of you were doing that? But then you wait until they get to this point where you feel they made it, because I still feel like they have even bigger to go. They're talented kids. But until they get to the point where you feel they made it, and then you want to celebrate. Oh, I always knew. Let's start going back to some of these videos on my damn Instagram where I had 20 likes.
I ain't got the viewership for the love. Y'all love it, but these views and these engagements ain't matching.
Now all these people that have been following me, now y'all showing up and liking my shit. But where were you at just 2 weeks ago?
Now you see me on Joe Budden's couch. I knew you could do it. Man, if y'all don't, once again,
I'm just saying.
Step and fetching. And I got another one. The next Friday, I'll hold on to another Step and Fetch story. And this Step and Fetch story is going to be a dandy. So make sure you tune in for that, because this is going to be a direct one, because I got tapes and receipts. I might even show the video, the actual the thread of conversation that me and this person had, because I had a brother literally try to be, hey, brother, and stole my shit, brother. Hey, brother, that's a great idea, brother. So tell me more, brother, because we can collaborate, brother. Ooh. And then the brother stole my shit. That has happened more than once to me. So believe me, I have a bunch of fucked up Fridays.
Collaboration, huh?
Be careful with collaborations, because people want to just steal your shit.
Exactly.
People want to steal your shit. Then when they don't get their way, they disappear and go off the grid. So this is TDS Radio, and we have had an action-packed 45 minutes. Ouch.
I'm like, take a break.
We went in. But we have continuous music. After that, try to bring it back. Okay, so now we have continuous music. Now you
want to be on the radio. Nigga went off for 40 minutes.
Another thing, I'm tired of you, because I'm not done.
I see.
I am when I tell you, man, I've been done in by more people who look like me.
Oh, yeah.
And I eat it because, like Mom said, at the end of the day, they're your people.
Absolutely. And I love us.
I
love us so
much.
It,
but I'm tired of eating it. And so I think now we're in a time of where certain things need to be discussed so that we can proceed, because there are gatekeepers. And I think these gatekeepers need to be exposed in certain departments, because if you are the gatekeeper, why ain't you opening the gate and just saying, who cares who comes in? There can be more than one, because we don't see gatekeeping across from us. They give as much resources as they can. If you fit the qualifications, and even if you don't, because if you're family, you're getting in.
Facts.
They open doors for each other. We tend to look at the door and then be judging. Is he good, boss? Is he good? I don't think you're good. Is he good, boss? Should we let her in, boss? Boss, tell me if he's good, boss. God, I'm so tired of us with that shit. That's a whole nother story. And y'all have a good night.
Be blessed.
And be blessed. And please continue to tune in to us. We're not like this all the time. It's just it's fucked up Friday. We had to get it off our chest.
Facts.
And with that being said,
we'll be back on Tuesday.
We'll be back on Tuesday, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, you guys, we didn't offend too many people. But if we did, fuck it. So what? I don't care, because we ain't say nothing wrong.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with loving Black people, but sometimes we got to set Black people straight. God damn, like we don't do each other right.
No, we don't.
I see you, Tuck. We're gonna send some dates. Tuck said he got to be in on a fucked up Friday. He got some shit to say. So
Jesus Christ.
So we started something. I'm with that. We're gonna get you some dates. We'll get you in here. Everybody have a good weekend. I didn't do my picks for football, but that's okay. We'll get that back. We'll go back. Are you
sure? You got 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I don't have my screen up for the games this week.
Who's playing? Who is this still going?
Playoffs for
the Super Bowl.
Playoffs for NFL, and then the national championship is next Monday. So, but I was going to do playoffs, the games of the week. So hold on. I mean,
well, how many games before the Super Bowl?
Oh, it's a while. Super Bowl's not till February.
Jesus Christ.
So let me. I can get it up. Let me see.
Steelers in there.
Steelers need a couple people to lose,
okay.
So I can go over that. NFL games this week. Yeah, let's go NFL games this week. So I can give my picks. All right. So the Steelers. Hold on. Oh shoot. Here we go. So the Steelers are playing the Ravens. But the Ravens are sitting down majority of their team. So I'm going to pick the Steelers because the Steelers are kind of hot right now.
Okay. All right.
You have the Texans and the Colts. The Steelers need the Colts to lose so that they can get into the playoffs. And the Texans have to win because the Texans and the Steelers have the same record. I think the Texans are going to probably step up in this game and take the Colts out of there. Then we got to see who goes there. It's another game the Steelers need. The Jaguars versus the Titans. The Jaguars, we need them to lose as well. So if the Texans lose, and I think if the Colts lose, we're definitely in for sure.
Okay.
I am going to take I think the Titans is going to beat them, though, unfortunately. But the Jaguars versus Titans, I'm going to go with the Titans. The Lions versus the Vikings. The Lions, they already clinched their playoff spot. 9 times out of 10, you get to the latter part of the season here, you start sitting people down. I am going to take the Vikings in this, and because the Lions probably won't have their starters play a long time. The Falcons and the Saints, that's the loser bowl, the battle of who sucks the most. So who cares? The Patriots and the Jets, that's another loser bowl. Okay. But I'm gonna take the Jets. And for the Saints and Falcons game, Falcons, who cares? The Panthers and the Buccaneers and the Panthers. The Panthers are terrible, so. Buccaneers. I think they're like maybe 1 game or 2 game wins, maybe 3. They're not that many. The Browns and the Bengals, actually, for the Bengals is an important game, but the Browns, they are in the playoffs already. I'm still gonna take the Browns. Okay. The Packers and the Bears, I'm gonna go with the Packers. Cowboys versus the Commanders, the old Cowboys versus Indian idea. I am going to go with the Cowboys on that one. Okay. Eagles and the Giants, I'm going with the Eagles. Okay. Broncos and the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders. Yeah. Okay. See that old Seahawks and the Cardinals, I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Rams and the 49ers, I'm going 49ers. Bills and the Dolphins. Ooh, that's a good game. We could use the Dolphins to lose, but I think the Bills are going to be pretty strong in that game. It's in Miami, so we're going to go with the Bills. We're going to go with the Dolphins. Dolphins will pull that out. They need that win. Okay. Chiefs and Chargers, boom. We're going to go with the Chiefs because the Chargers are not that good. Even though the Chiefs are struggling, Chargers aren't that good. So those are my picks for this week. Right. Oh, wait. Yeah, those are my picks for this week. And we'll see how right I am. I ain't really think this through. These kind of guessing. But we'll see how right I am when we come back. And then we will also talk about Michigan versus Washington. And we'll probably get some guests in, some fans of each one to come talk about that for that college.
For BSPN?
For BSPN, for the college national championship. We'll get some people in to weigh in on who they think is going to win and who ain't.
All right.
So there we go. Those are my picks for the weekend. Any movies or anything that you want to watch?
I have to get an American Fiction. I do want to see that. I'm also going to try to see The Color Purple because it has been getting rave reviews. I do feel bad for American Fiction because it kind of got,
wiped under by Color Purple.
So those two I would like. I'm going to try to make it to see both of those this weekend. If not, definitely American Fiction first for me.
Okay, sounds good. Anything on Netflix or anything like that?
I am going to finish up Hell Camp. I think I was telling you about that. It is a documentary based on the camps that they were sending the young kids to, the troubled kids, but there was a lot of stuff that was happening behind the scenes. So we'll have details about that in Blockbuster.
Sounds good. Okay. With that being said, man, everybody be good and be safe this weekend. And prayerfully, we will see everybody on Tuesday. This is TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.